I'd like all the seniors to...
Can you move over a little bit, ma'am? Ma'am? Can you move over just a little bit? Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming today, rain or shine, in our desert, beautiful desert day. And I really want to thank the media also for being here. You see, today is a very important day for us to have a very serious discussion about the future of Medicare, because the future of Medicare is at stake more than ever in this election. As we recently were made aware of during the Republican National Convention, that the Republican platform and Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack are determined to turn Medicare into a private voucher system.
Never.
It is a private voucher system that essentially turns it into a coupon system that will give you a certain amount of money and the rest of it you have to pay on your own, which on average would be $6,000. And in fact, Mary Bono Mack said a week and a half ago, quote, that she believes it's time to engage the American people about the future of Medicare and hear what they think. Well, Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack has had 14 years to engage the American people and hear what they think. She's had 14 years to listen to our seniors. And unfortunately, she's been absent, just like right now. Instead of listening to our seniors, she's partying with party bosses, vacationing, and campaigning for other candidates in other states. Oh, it's for me, it's okay. It's another supporter calling in. And I want to say that I have been listening during our listening tours and our town hall meetings that we've had throughout our entire district. And the stories and the voices of our seniors are very compelling. And they're very important to listen to. Our seniors are struggling right now, living with their Social Security income, barely making ends meet, working extra hours, having to work hard in order to pay for their health care costs. And Medicare is central in their lives, and that's why Medicare is central in our campaign. And that's why we're here today to listen to our seniors. We're here today so that Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack can hear the story of our seniors in her district. And so, to start off with, I would like to introduce some of our seniors to do so. And the first senior I'd like to ask to come up is Randy Scott from Palm Springs. And before he comes up, I just want to give a round of applause to our seniors who are here today. Because it takes courage. It takes courage to stand up. It takes courage to make sure that you have a voice. And it takes courage to tell your personal stories. And so I want to thank you very much that you're telling your personal stories today, because it means so much to you. So Randy, can you please come up? Randy Scott is from Palm Springs.
I don't think my story is much different from all the rest of the people here. Each one of us has our own little individual story. I'm AFib. I also have a flutter. And a few years ago, I was suggested that I have an operation, an ablation. I said, sure, fine. $96,000 later, it was over with. And then I had to have another one, $36,000. I don't have that kind of... to mine. So that's basically it. If I don't have Medicare, well, I guess, you know, I've got the funeral arrangements all paid for, so maybe I'll use them early. Who knows? Okay.
Thank you.
Can you state and spell your name, sir?
S-C-O-T-T, just plain old Scott.
Thank you, Randy. The next person I'd like to bring up here is Lupe Alvarez from Thermal.
Oh, really? I'm here for the cause.
My story is kind of long because my husband has been sick for over 20 years, and we worked for 30 years in the same school, different school district. We had insurance, and in 1998, my husband at 49 was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, and it affected his eyesight. So they went ahead and retired him on disability. At the time, he had insurance, I had insurance, so we didn't even consider applying for Medicare Part B. So for the next 11 years, we used our insurances, thinking wrongly that when the time came, we were going to be covered by Medicare. I retired in 1999, and as of December 2010, my insurance expired. So too late, we found out that my husband was not eligible for Medicare at that point because we had used our insurance. So for 7 months, he had no Medicare ineligibility. So for 7 months, we had to pay $400 a month for insurance from my work. Once he got Medicare, we thought, okay, well, now we're going to be good. But then Medicare lets us know that because of what he did, having the insurance paid for 11 years, we were being penalized $242 a month for life. So my husband is a double amputee. We had a heart attack, thyroid surgery, 7 eye surgeries. He was hospitalized 20 times. So with Medicare not paying, they don't pay for his legs, they don't pay for his kidney medication, and still charge us $242 a month. I wrote a letter to Mayor Bonomac back when it happened. I never got a response. I called the office trying to make an appointment. I couldn't. So I didn't give up. I'm still asking for help. I have one right now. I have a social worker that is going to go with us again to Social Security after the 10th time. So hopefully, maybe Medicare will get fixed. But again, if we didn't have Medicare, where would I go? I don't have insurance anymore, and he still needs his medications. So thank you for giving me this voice, Dr. Ruiz, and you will be
Thank you. Another person that I would like to talk about their opinions and stories on Medicare is Virginia Ortega. Can you come up, please?
My testimony is in Spanish because I speak broken English and I don't want to make errors, okay? My name is Virginia Ortega. I live in 50 years in California State. I haven't been working in the field. I haven't been working with my community. Me and my husband, we have a lot of struggle to survive with our kids, and now they are professionals. But now we struggle with our economic situation. I am diabetic, and I'm very worried about the planning to remove the Medicare system and give me a check. For my situation, I'm thinking about my community. How many people are sick in my community, and they have heard to these people change the health system for the poor, especially affected. We are poor community and the professional community, seniors. And I see all these friends here, and I know I'm not alone. So that's why my vote, and I hope the community thinking wisely, and my vote is for a better future, for my own future, for our future. My vote is for Dr. Ruiz. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Virginia. And our final speaker is Kathy Snyder from La Quinta.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Ruiz, for giving me this opportunity to speak to everyone about Medicare. My name is Kathy Snyder. I'm 67 years old. My husband, Chuck, and I are retired and we live in La Quinta. We've only been on Medicare for 2 years, so we're youngsters to this plan. But it has already proved to be an invaluable tool for us. We've paid into Medicare for so many years, and now it's finally paying off. Last September, I had to take my husband to the emergency room at JFK Memorial Hospital, where he was admitted and had surgery. Several weeks later, in the mail came this beautiful bill, $127,000 for a week's stay in the hospital. And minor surgery, I might add. It was not heart surgery. He had part of a toe amputated. So, fortunately, because of Medicare, we only had to pay $1,000 out of pocket. So, everything was covered by Medicare except for that deductible. If Medicare was a voucher system, I really don't know that we would be able to afford the plan that we have today. And I really feel that our out-of-pocket expenses would be greater, our medical care and prescriptions would cost more, our finances would be depleted, and our health care compromised. I don't know what would have happened if we didn't have Medicare last year. I do know that we need to strengthen it and sustain it as we know it today and as we know it can be.
Once again, I want to applaud everybody for coming here. I want to applaud all the speakers who really spoke up and told their personal stories, because it's important, it's very important that everybody in our district has a voice. Medicare is very important to everybody who's standing here right now. Medicare is not only important for this generation, but the next generation. Medicare is important for America because Medicare was a promise that we made to everybody, not just our seniors, but everybody, that when you work hard and you pay your taxes and you play by the rules, that you will be taken care of when you become a senior. That no matter what, we got your back. So when you turn it into a coupon system, you are no longer guaranteed that we got your back. You are no longer guaranteed that your health care costs will be covered and that you will not fall into economic catastrophe. Because on average, a senior would pay a little over $6,000 a year on average. A lot of our seniors are barely surviving with their Social Security check. So we need to have everybody stand up. We need to hear more of our seniors talk about their stories, about how important Medicare is, not only for them, but for their children. And our seniors have done their part, and they deserve to be listened to. Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack is absent and voted twice, not once, but twice, to dismantle Medicare and turn it into that private voucher coupon-like system. And that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable that she voted twice before asking our seniors what their experience is with Medicare. You see, we must work together to find solutions to save Medicare. It's not a perfect system, but we can make it better. We can really save Medicare. It's a very simple equation. To save Medicare and make it sustainable, we have to do two things. We have to, one, prioritize our seniors, and two, we have to decrease healthcare costs. What do I mean by this? Prioritizing our seniors is not prioritizing health insurance companies. It's not prioritizing giving tax breaks to multimillionaires and corporations that ship jobs overseas. Prioritizing our seniors does not mean prioritizing CEOs who are making record profits from their health insurance companies when we're struggling. And decreasing healthcare costs will save everybody money on healthcare. For example, we can make Medicare more sustainable by allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices with pharmaceutical companies. The VA system does it right now. If we do that, Medicare will save